श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शतर शत स्मार। भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शतर शत स्मार। भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शतर शत स्मार। भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्याल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शतर शत स्मार। भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट महाभागवत श्री गौर किशोरदास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्याल प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानुवर्य गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ। श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम जय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौरमंडल ब्रजमंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। जय श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। His Śaraṇāgati kirtans ki jai. Jai. Shri Kalyana Kalpataru Geetavali and Geeta Mala ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Just 1 second. Just drink some water. All right, so let's do the Mangala Charan and then we will begin. अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तरभक्ताय नमो नमः। श्री सिद्धांत सरस्वती विदितो कोडिय गौरवान्वये भातो भानुरिव प्रभात गगने योगोर संकीर्तनाय मायावारतिमिङ्गिलो दरगतान् उद्धृत्य जीवानिमान् कृष्ण प्रेम सुदाब्दिगाहन सुखां प्रादात् प्रभुं तं भजे। वन्दे भक्ति विनोदं श्री गौरशक्ति स्वरूपकं भक्ति शास्त्रज्ञ सम्राजं राधारस सुधानिधिं। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगपरायते श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकाम्। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Vrishabhanusutan vitavamatanum Yamuna tatanagaranandasutam Murali kalagita vinoda parang bhajagodruma kanana kunjabidom Smaragora kelikalam Bhavagora paksha chara Ashrinu Gora Gadadara Charukatam Bhajagodrumakanana Punjavido Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Devi Tvam Nayamam Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshaya क्षिप्ताष्टकामादितराङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दं भज श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्तवृन्द Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Let's see who's there. Kana Haladar ji, Archana Didi, Nri Hari Prabhu, and Bhavatarani Mataji, Manjulali Didi, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Shubhananda Prabhu, and all other devotees watching Dandavat Pranams. Also pranams to all the devotees watching in the future. So we are continuing on with our Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā program. Today is day 27 of our program. And we are going through the second song of the section Goptṛtve Varaṇa, which means embracing the Lord's guardianship. The song is Dārā-putra-nija-deha-kuṭumba-pālane. It's the song that we're going to go through today. But before we start with that, our program is divided into 4 sections. It's first we sing the glories of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We read something or sing his glories. Right now we're going through this Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā by Srila Bhakti-Rakshakshira Goswami Maharaj. So we're going to go through verses 3 and 4 of that. Then we will read some words from our acharyas on the topic of Śaraṇāgati. I selected something by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So we'll read that, and then we will go through the definition verse of Goptṛtve Varaṇa from Srila Bhakti-Rakshakshira Goswami Maharaj's Prapanna Jivanamrita. So this is a definition that he wrote. And then we will go through the song. I'll explain the meaning of all the words. And then finally, we'll end the program by singing the song. So I'm going to share my screen now. Let's begin. Oh, and 1 second. Oh, Hare Krishna, Champak Mataji. And Irisa Anadi Krishna, right? Yeah, okay. So let's start. Actually, wait, I need to turn off noise suppression. Once again, just turning off noise suppression so that you can hear the mridanga. All right. Oh, wait. Is there a way to stop sharing the sounds? 1 second. Let me just shut this off. Actually, sorry guys. All right. Okay, and I'm just going to read this again, but it says that when Srila Bhakti-Rakshak Goswami Maharaj composed the Sanskrit prayer, the Srimad Bhaktivinoda-Gīti-dhārā in the year 1936, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada expressed high appreciation for this composition. He said, "This poem is so fine. It is not written by him. It is written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself and has come out through him. It is so appreciable." After reading it, he remarked about Srila Bhakti-Rakshak Goswami Maharaj. He said, "Now I am confident that we will have one man who is qualified to uphold the standard of our sampradaya." So I'll read the translation and then we'll sing the verse. So this is the third verse. "O Lord, even all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma feel frustrated by their inability to fittingly sing the glories of all your divine qualities. What then can be said of the attempt of a fallen soul, a mere human like me? Surely the learned will never waste their eloquent words eulogizing this statement, since even the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna himself, has sung in the scriptures his celebrated confession, 'Naparayeham,' I am unable to reciprocate your devotion." All right. Wait, what does it mean? Surely the learned souls will never waste their eloquent words eulogizing this statement. What statement? Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, the learned will never waste their eloquent words eulogizing this statement, since even, it's not just what to speak of Brahma and all the demigods, even they're not able to glorify you. What to speak of that? Even Krishna himself, he is sung in the scriptures that I'm unable. Naparayeham, I'm unable. Haribol Sarveshwari Mataji. All right. Ahe deva stavane tava kila gunanam devirin chadayo deva vyarta manorata kim uvayam martya dhama kurmahe etano vibudai kadapyatishaya lankara etyuchatam shastreshveva naparaye hamitiyargitam makundena cha. Okay, the next verse now. At a time when religion was elevated in terms of bodily relationship, saintliness was determined by ignorance, and yoga practice was motivated by sensual pleasure, when scholarship was cultivated just for voidism, japa was conducted for the sake of fame, and penance was performed out of vindictiveness, when charity was given out of pride, and on the pretext of spontaneous devotion, the most gross, sinful acts were perpetrated, right? Like the sahajyas, right? So on the pretext of spontaneous devotion, of rag bhakti, the most gross, sinful acts were perpetrated. And in all such anomalous situations, anomalous means what, abnormal? Different from what is normal, yeah. Okay, and in all such anomalous situations, even the intelligentsia were at loggerheads with one another. At that very time, you were sent by the Almighty Creator. Loggerheads, that's a new word for me. Let's see. A loggerhead is a reddish-brown turtle with a very large head, occurring chiefly in warm seas. At loggerheads, so in stubborn dispute or disagreement. Okay. And perhaps a use of loggerhead in the late 17th century, since long-handed iron instrument for heating liquids and tar when wielded as a weapon. Okay, interesting. Okay, new word. In stubbornness, in stubborn dispute or disagreement. So even the intelligentsia were at loggerheads with one another. At that very time, you were sent by the Almighty Creator. Dharma-śaraṇāgati gyataiva satata yogascha bhogatmako Jnānesho nyagatirjapena tapasa khyati jigangsaiva ca Dāne dāmpikatānurāga bhajane duṣṭāpachāro yada buddhiṃ buddhimatāṃ vibedhi tada adhātra bhavan preshita. Okay, so now for the next part of the session, read Śaraṇāgati Katha from our acharyas. I'm going to read a section from my Gurudev's book, Shri Harinam Mahamantra. At the end of his book, he gives this article by Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur entitled Shri Harinam. 1 second. I'm not going to read the full article, I'll just skip to different parts. Let's see. The ocean of material existence is very difficult to cross. Without the mercy of Parameshwar, the Supreme Controller, it is not only difficult, but impossible. Even though the living entities are superior to matter, they are by nature weak and dependent. Bhagavan is their sole protector, guardian, and savior. And right, the section that we're in, what is it? Goptṛtve Varaṇa. So finally, after realizing that, oh my God, I am just nothing, like understanding all this, then finally we choose, we accept, we embrace. That means Varaṇa. We embrace what? Goptṛtva. What's the Goptṛtva? That means accepting, embracing the Lord's guardianship. Accepting that the Lord is my only protector, my only savior, my only guardian. So Bhagavan is their sole protector, guardian, and savior. The living entity, the jiva, is an atomic conscious being, Anu Chaitanya, and therefore he is dependent on and the servant of the supreme conscious entity, Bhagavan. That supreme conscious entity is the shelter for all living entities. This world of matter is created by the deluding material potency, Maya, and the position of the living entity is like that of an offender in prison. The living entity wanders throughout the world created by the material potency as a result of his opposition to the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan. Those living entities who are opposed to Bhagavan are chained by the deluding potency and thus called baddha jivas, or conditioned souls. Whereas those living entities who are inclined toward Bhagavan are free from the deluding energy and are called mukta jivas, or liberated souls. In this way, according to their condition,
The unlimited living entities can be divided into Baddha Jivas and Mukta Jivas. By devotional practice, the conditioned soul attains the mercy of Bhagavan and thus becomes capable of breaking free from the powerful chains of Maya. After lengthy contemplation, our extremely glorious saints have established 3 types of spiritual practice, 3 types of sadhan. That is karma, gyan, and bhakti. So I'm going to skip the section on karma and the section on gyan, and we'll just jump right to bhakti. I'll just read the last paragraph of gyan. In and of themselves, empiric knowledge and prescribed duties are not accepted as limbs of sadhan. They are only accepted as such when they lead us to bhakti. It is then that they have some significance. Therefore, only bhakti is called sadhan. Because prescribed duties and empiric knowledge are dependent on bhakti, in some places they are accepted as sadhan. But bhakti, by its very nature, is the intrinsic nature of sadhan. So, bhakti. The verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam 11:14-20 is very clear on this topic. Na sadhayati mam yogo, na sankhyakyam dharma uddhava, na swadhyayas tapastyago, yatha bhaktir mamurjita. Krishna says, O Uddhav, performing duties as prescribed in scripture, karma yoga, analytical philosophy, sankhya yoga, or executing varnashram dharma, cannot please me, nor can study of the Vedas, austerity or renunciation. Only the performance of ardent bhakti is pleasing to me. Performing bhakti is the only way to please Bhagavan. There is no other means. There are 9 kinds of sadhan bhakti: hearing about him, shravan, chanting his name and glories, kirtan, remembering him, smaran, worshipping him, archan, praying to him, vandana, offering him obeisances, padasevanam, serving him, dasya, making friendship with him, sakhya, and fully surrendering one's very self to him, atma nivedan. Hearing, chanting, and remembering are the primary limbs of devotional practice, sadhan. Sri Bhagavan's name, form, qualities, and pastimes should be the object of these practices. Of these 4, Sri Nam, chanting the holy name, is the original seed. So the original seed of the primary limbs of bhakti, of hearing, chanting, and remembering, is Sri Nam. Right? Oh, no, sorry. Sri Bhagavan's name, form, qualities, and pastimes should be the object of these practices. But of these 4, of the name, form, qualities, and pastimes, Sri Bhagavan's name is the original seed. Yeah, it's the seed, because from the name, then you have darshan of the form, and then even you start to see all the qualities, not just the form, but then from the form comes all the qualities. And then once you see all the qualities of Bhagavan, then you begin to see his pastimes. So the seed of all that is Nam. From Nam comes form, from form comes qualities, and then from qualities comes the pastimes. It's like a progression. Yeah, and all these things are also contained within Sri Nam. Right? Because Krishna's names are have descriptions of his form and of his qualities and his pastimes. Yeah. Thus, according to scripture, Hari Nam is the root of all worship. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama eva kevalam. Kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatir anyata. That's from the Sri Brihan Naradiya Puran 3.8.126. The name of Hari, the name of Hari, the name of Hari is the only way. In this age of Kali, there is no other way, there is no other way. There is absolutely no other way to achieve the ultimate destination. The word kalo is to be understood as follows. Although there is never a time when Sri Harinam is not the sole means for deliverance, In the age of Kali, the various other mantras and practices have become weak. For this reason, in Kali Yuga, it is especially appropriate to take shelter of this all-powerful Hari Nam. In relation to the holy name, Sri Padma Purana states, Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Bhinnatvam Nama Namino. Srila Jiva Goswami writes in his commentary on the above verse, he says, Ekam eva Satchid Ananda Rasabdi Ruptam Tattvam Dvidha Vibhutam Ityartha. That means, Sri Krishna Tattva is the non-dual form of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. Advai Satchid Ananda Swarup. He has appeared in two forms, as Nami, as the possessor of the name, the very form of Sri Krishna, and as Nam, as his name. The essence of all spiritual truths, Tattva, is that Krishna is the possessor of all potencies. He is Sarva Shaktiman. The splendor of he who possesses all potencies is the splendor of his potency. The splendor of he who possesses all potencies is the splendor of his potency. It is Shakti that reveals the transcendental form of the Supreme Person, her basis. By her power to exhibit, Sri Krishna's form is revealed. And by her power to invoke, the holy name manifests on the tongue. Therefore, this holy name awards the supreme goal of life and all transcendental good fortune, Chintamani Swarup. It is also the very form of Sri Krishna, it is Krishna Swarup, and the personification of transcendental mellows, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Swarup. Nam is eternally complete in itself. In other words, in chanting the holy name, it is not required to combine inflected forms to form mantras like Krishnaya Narayanaya. As soon as the holy name of Krishna is uttered, Krishna Ras rises spontaneously in the consciousness. The holy name is eternally pure and transcendental. It is not lifeless like material syllables. Only Nam is Chaitanya Ras, composed of transcendental humors, and ever liberated. The material tongue is not capable of producing the holy name. Yes, the material tongue is not capable of producing the holy name. Only a person who has tasted the ras of the holy name can understand this explanation. Those who imagine that the holy name is lifeless or of material origin cannot relish transcendental mellows, nor can they be satisfied with this explanation. Someone may say that the holy name, which we chant continuously, is dependent on material syllables. How then can it be said that the holy name is eternally liberated and not a material object? Srila Rupa Goswami responds to this adverse opinion as follows. He says, Atha Shri Krishna namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyai sevon muke hijivadho swayam eva spuratyada. It's from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.234. This means that the material senses can only perceive a material object. The holy name of Krishna is transcendental. Therefore, it can never be perceived by the material senses. That nam which initially manifests on the tongue is the result of a spurti, a pulsating of the transcendental bliss of the soul in the present material senses. But when the soul's transcendental tongue utters Krishna's name, when the soul's transcendental tongue utters Krishna's name, the Supreme Absolute Truth personally appears on the material tongue and begins to dance. As transcendental humors pervade the senses of the devotee, he laughs out of bliss, ananda. He weeps and laments out of affection, sneha, and dances out of love, priti. In this way, Sri Krishna Nam Ras pervades the tongue. Sri Krishna's name is not produced by a material tongue. The holy name that is chanted at the time of sadhan is but a shadow of the name, or namabhas, chanting that is covered by the clouds of ignorance and by anarthas, desires unfavorable to the development of bhakti. It is not the holy name proper. It has been repeatedly seen that continued practice of namabhas takes one through the different stages of advancement and brings one to the stage of transcendental taste for the transcendental names. The lives of Valmiki and Ajamil are shining examples of this. Yes, we know the story of Valmiki. Mara, he couldn't chant the Rama. He could only chant Mara, right? And then Mara, 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 and then it became Rama, Rama, Rama. And then Ajamil also, chanting the name of he's calling out for his son Narayan at the time of his death. So that was Namabhas. But that Namabhas brought them through the stages of advancement to finally transcendental taste for the transcendental names. The living entity has no taste for the holy name because of his offenses. For those who chant the name of Sri Krishna without offense, the transcendental name of Sri Hari, the fully conscious reservoir of all ras, manifests himself within their hearts. With the rising of the holy name, the heart blossoms with joy. Streams of tears flow from one's eyes, and symptoms of transcendental ecstasy, sattvika vikar, become manifest in the body. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.24 thus states, Tarashmasaram hridaya vatedam yad grihyamanair harinama dheyai na vikriyetata yada vikaro netre jalam gatra ruheshu harsha. When the living entities chant the holy name, they indeed experience a complete transformation of heart. Tears flow from their eyes, their bodily hairs stand erect, and so forth. When despite chanting Krishna's name, a person does not experience any of these symptoms, it is to be understood that his heart has become very hard due to offenses. The primary duty of a practitioner of bhakti is to chant the holy name of Sri Hari without offense. It is therefore necessary to know the many types of offenses, as one can then stop oneself from committing them. And so then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur goes through the 10 offenses briefly, and then he goes to them in depth. But I'm not going to read that because it's now getting late. Maybe let's just read the 10 offenses and we'll end with that. So the first offense, to blaspheme devotees and saintly persons. Second offense, to consider demigods like Lord Shiva to be equal to Bhagavan or independent of him. 3. To obey Sri Guru, who reveals the truth about the holy name. 4. To criticize the scriptures, the bona fide Vedic literatures that describe the glories of the holy name. 5. To consider the glories of the holy name to be an exaggeration or false glorification. 6. To consider the meanings of the holy name as revealed in scripture to be imaginary. In other words, to consider the names of Krishna, Ram, etc. a product of the imagination. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name. 8. To equate the chanting of the holy name with materially auspicious activities recommended in the portion of the Vedas that deals with selfishly motivated fruit of action, karma kanda. To instruct faithless 9. To instruct faithless persons on the glories of the holy name. And then 10. To not have faith in the name of Sri Krishna despite hearing its glories. And now Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he goes through a more in-depth explanation of each of these 10 offenses. And that's how the article ends. Okay. Let's just read the ends to, yeah. Sorry, I'll read from the last section. 10. To not have faith in the name of Sri Krishna despite hearing the glories of the name. If a person does not have exclusive faith in Harinam, even after hearing its extensive glories, and if he is still attached to or dependent on practices such as karma, jnana, or yoga, then also he is an offender to the holy name. In this way, the holy name will not arise unless we avoid namaparad. Upon seeing the miseries of the living entities, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the savior of those in Kali Yuga, instructs us with a compassionate heart. He says, Trinadapi sunichena, tororiva suhishruna, amanina manadena, Kirtaniya sadahari. So with a compassionate heart, Mahaprabhu instructs us that by thinking oneself to be even more insignificant than a straw in the street, being more tolerant than a tree, not accepting honor but giving honor to everyone, a living entity becomes eligible to chant the holy name. The primary meaning of this verse is that one is to chant the holy name with a pure attitude. One who considers himself more lowly and fallen than anyone else never criticizes saintly persons or disregards demigods like Lord Shiva, considering them to be independent of Lord Vishnu. He never disregards Guru, blasphemes the bona fide scriptures, or doubts the glories of Harinam. He never combines false speculation with dry arguments in order to equate Nirguna Brahma with the name of Hari, nor does he commit offenses on the strength of the holy name. He does not accept pious activities to be on an equal level with Harinam. He never gives Harinam to faithless persons, and he does not have a scent of a lack of faith in Nam. He constantly endeavors to be aloof from the 10 types of offenses to the holy name. He never follows those who either ridicule or are inimical to Nam. Even though he works for the entire world, he does not possess the slightest false ego of being the enjoyer or the doer. Thinking himself to be a servant of the world, he serves the whole world. When such a qualified person chants Harinam, the spiritual world, which is situated within the core of his heart, radiates its transcendental light and thus keeps the darkness of Maya, the deluding material energy, far away. Therefore, O great souls, constantly perform kirtan of the holy name without offense. There is no shelter for the jivas other than Harinam. The endeavor to save oneself from drowning in this ocean of material existence by taking shelter of empiric knowledge of Gyan and performing prescribed duties with a desire to attain the fruit, karma, is as futile as taking shelter of a piece of straw to cross a vast ocean. Therefore, accept the shelter of the great ship of the Mahamantra and cross this ocean of material existence. Wow, that's a beautiful article, huh? We didn't read the whole thing, but still. And this is also ties very nicely with what we're going through, Goptṛtve Varaṇa, because Varana means to accept. And what is it? It's accepting the shelter, accepting the Lord's guardianship. I don't need to depend on anybody else, anything else. Only Hari, only Nam and Nami, right? Only Krishna, who is the possessor of the name, and Sri Harinam. I just accept shelter of Harinam, which is like a great ship, the great ship of the Mahamantra, and then I can cross this ocean of material existence. This is a very nice meditation, huh? And all these songs that we're singing all have to do with this, accepting the Lord's guardianship. And there's no difference between the Lord and his name. So, oops, I accidentally stopped sharing. Okay, so now we will go through the definition of Goptṛtve Varaṇa. This is from Srila Bhakti-Rakshak Goswami Maharaj's Prapanna Jivanamrita, chapter, I think, 7, verses 1 and 2. Okay. Okay. He Krishna Pahimam Natha Kripayatma Gatam Kuru Ittevam Prarthanam Krishnam Praptum Swami Swarupata Goptṛtve Varaṇam Gyeyam Bhaktair Hridyatarang Param Prapatte Kartakatvena Tar Angitvena Tat Smritam. Sarveshwari Mataji, yeah, all the classes are always on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Madhukar Das, I think if you just type in Madhukar Das, it should come up, and then yeah, everything's there. Okay, so, O Krishna, please protect me. My dear Lord, kindly accept me as your own. Such a prayer, as well as the prayer to obtain Sri Krishna as one's Lord and Master, is a supreme solace to the hearts of the pure devotees, and is known by them as Goptṛtve Varaṇa, embracing the Lord's guardianship. Because it expresses one and the same ideal as unconditional surrender, Goptṛtve Varaṇa is accepted as the chief of the 6 limbs of surrender. It is the Angi, Tad Angi Tvena Tat Smritam. It should be remembered or understood as the Angi, because it is completely non-different. It has the same meaning as prapatti, as surrender. Prapatte kartakatvena tad angitvena tat smritam. Very nice. Okay. So now we will go through the second song of this Goptṛtve Varaṇa. Let's just look up, I want to show you the word Varaṇa in the dictionary. Means choosing, selecting, acceptance, nominating, election, ceremony of welcoming, color. It also has to do with marriage, doesn't it? Let's see. Appoint, select, welcome a deity or bridegroom. Interesting. To welcome a deity or bridegroom. Court. Huh. The ceremony of welcoming. Interesting. Okay, so Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Dārā-putra. Actually, I'll read the translation through once, and then we'll go through it word by word. I have always been anxious at heart about maintaining my wife, my sons, my relatives, and my own self. How will I earn money? How will I achieve distinction? How will I arrange the marriages of my daughters and sons? Now that I have surrendered myself to you, I have no more worries. You shall oversee everything, O Lord, for it is your household. Sangsar tomar. This household is yours. You shall certainly take care of me, knowing me to be your very own servant. I consider the greatest joy to be in your service, O Master. By your will, O Master, all activities take place. The jiva claims, I am doing everything, but this is not the reality. Kori ami, sheto satyanoi. What ability does a jiva have to act unless you do, unless you enable it? The jiva simply hopes, but it is your desire that comes to pass. Asha matra jiva kore, tava icha fale. Free from worry, I shall serve you. Whatever prosperity or misfortune touches the household is not my responsibility. Bhaktivinoda has resigned his independence. In the service of your feet, he has become completely detached. He has become akinchana. Okay, so now let's go through the meaning of all the Bengali words. Dara means wife, putra means son. Actually, I like how it is in Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj's version. He has it separated by commas. That makes more sense to me here. Oh, I understand why it's like that. It's because it's connected with Pālane. Anyways. So, Dara, wife, putra, son, nija-deha, my own body, kutumba, family. So in maintaining all of these, in maintaining the Dārā-putra-nija-deha and kutumba, sarvada, always vyakula ami. I am vyakul. I am anxious. Chinnu means I have become money. That means in my heart, deep in my heart. Money. So deep in my heart, Chinu, I have become, Ami Chinu, I have become Vyakul, I have become anxious. Sarvada, at every moment, all the time, I'm constantly worried, anxious. In what? In Pālane, in maintenance, in maintaining my Dārā-putra-nija-deha and Kutumba, my wife, sons, my own body, and family. Kemone, how? Arjibo artha. How will arjibo, I earn artha, wealth? How will I earn money? Jasha means fame. Kise pabo. So how shall I, pabo means I will attain. And kise and kemone, same thing. Yeah, kise is like in what way, kind of. Nah, kise and kemone, how. Jasa kise pabo. How will I attain jash, fame, distinction? Kanya, daughters, putra, sons, vivaha, the marriages. So the marriages of my sons and daughters. Kemone, how sampadibo. How will I arrange sampadibo? This is a very common word, though, kemon. So, kemon arjibo artha, jasha kise pabo, kanya putra vivaha, kemone sampadibo. How will I arrange for the vivaha of my daughters and sons, kanya and putra? Ebe means now. Ebe atma samarpane. Now that I have surrendered myself, I have offered myself, my atma, my very self. Ebe atma samarpane, chinta nahi ar. There is no more, nahi ar, no more. No, nahi ar, more. Chinta, worries, anxieties. So, ebe atma samarpane, now that I have surrendered myself, chinta nahi ar, there are no more worries. I have no more worries. Tumi nirvahibe Prabhu. O Prabhu, O Lord, tumi, you, nirvahibe, you will oversee everything. Let's see what it says. What is nirvahana? Yeah, okay. So nirvaha means carrying on or out. You will carry out. You will perform. You will accomplish. You will complete it all. You will execute. You will accomplish it. You'll perform it. You'll take care of everything, basically. Okay. Oh, and just a little tip. Whenever you see ibe at the end of a word, nirvahibe, koribe, dekibe, like all these words, whenever you see ibe, then it's the future tense in the second, mostly in the second person. No, second person and third person. And then when it says ibo at the end, it's I will. Yeah, I will, and then whatever verb it is. So tumi nirvahibe, you will take care of it all. You shall oversee everything. Prabhu, O Lord, sangsar, this household is tomar, is yours. So all these things, kemone arjivo artha, jasha kise pabo, kanya putra vivaha, kemone sampadivo. Now that I have surrendered, atma samarpane, chinta nahi ar. I don't worry about all these different things anymore. Because tumi nirvahibe, because you will take care of it all, Prabhu. Because sangsar tomar, the household is yours. Tumi to palibe more. Tumi, you, to, surely, certainly, palibe, will maintain, will take care of me, will protect me. Like in this word pal, like in Gopal, right, is one who protects the cows, one who maintains the cows. Let's see what it says for pal in the dictionary. Pal. Hey. I guess it's look palan. Preservation, protection, defense, nourishment, supporting. Yeah. So it's like that. I guess it comes from the word palan. Or palan comes from the word pal. Yes. And like Gopal. Let's see, Gopal. Gopal. A cow keeper, dairyman. Okay, anyways, I was gonna say. Alright, let's continue. So, tumi to palibe. You will certainly take care of me. You will certainly protect me, more, me. Nija dasa janiya. Oops. So, tumi to palibe more, you shall certainly take care of me. Nija dasa janiya, knowing me to be nija das, your own servant. Tomar sevai prabhu, boro sukhamani. In your sevai means in service. Tomar of you, in your service, O Prabhu, O Master. Boro sukhamani, I consider that to be boro suk, great, my greatest happiness, great happiness. Mani means I consider. Tomar ichai, by your will. Tomar ichai, by your will, O Prabhu. Sarva karya hoy, all activities, everything, all activities hoy, happen, they take place. Tomar ichai Prabhu, sarva karya hoy, by your will, O Master, sarva karya, all activities hoy, take place. Right? Like not a blade of grass moves without the will of Krishna. So, Jiva Bole, the Jiva, the living entity, says, he claims, Kori Ami, I do. Kori Ami, I do. Sheto Satya Noi. But this is definitely not true. It's not Satya. Satya Noi. This is not the reality. And then Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, for this section here, that the living entity says, Kori Ami, Kartaham, I am the doer. This, he gives a explanation. Souls think, I do. But this is not at all the reality. Krishna explains this in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 27. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimuratma kartaham kori ami kartaham iti manyate. All actions in the world are affected in every respect by the modes of material nature. Yet one deluded by false ego thinks, Kartaham, I am the doer. Koriyami. Nischinta, hoya, having become nischinta, free from worry. Chinta means worry, nish means without. So without worry, being free from worry, ami sevibo, I will serve tomai. I will serve to you. I will serve you. Grihe, in the household, bhalo manda, whatever good or bad happens, whatever prosperity, misfortune, hole, nahi mor dai. It's not my dai. It's not my responsibility. Nahi, not more my dai, responsibility. Nischinta hoya ami sevivotamai. Free from worry, I shall serve you. Grihe bhalo manda hole, whatever whatever bhalo manda, whatever good or bad happens in the house, nahi mor dai. It's not my responsibility. Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā. That means, so tyajya means having given up. Nija svatantra. Swatantra means independence. So my own independence, tyajya, having given that up. Tomar charana seve. So in the service of tomar charana, of your feet, akinchana hoya. I have become hoya, I have become akinchana. I have become completely detached, akinchana. All right, so now let's sing the song. Dārā-putra-nija-deha-kuṭumba-pālane. Just making sure that I have noise suppression turned on. Off, I mean. Okay. Dārā-putra-nija-deha-kuṭumba-pālane sarvada vyakula ami chinnu mane. Oops, I'm supposed to sing it every line twice. Dārā-putra-nija-deha-kuṭumba-pālane sarvada vyakula ami chinnu mane. Kemone yar jivo yarta jasha ki se pavo kanya putra vivaha ke mone sampadivo ye be atma samarpane chinta nahi yaar ebe atma samarpane chinta nahi yaar tumi nirvahibe prabhu sangsara tomara tumi nirvahibe prabhu sangsara tomara tumi to palibe das ajani tumi to palibe more nij das jani tomara sevai prabhu boro sukha mani tomara sevai prabhu boro sukha mani tomara ichhai prabhu sarva karya hoy jiva bole kori ami she to satya noy ajiva bole kori ami she to satya noy ajiva ki korite pare tumi na korile jiva ki korite pare tumi na korile आशा मात्र जीवा करे तब इच्छा फले आशा मात्र जीवा करे तब इच्छा फले. We didn't go through this verse, did we? Anyways, I'll go through it after. Anishchinta hoyayami sevibotomai Nishchinta hoyayami sevibotomai Agrihe bhalo manda hoile nahi mor dai grihe bhalo manda hoile nahi mor dai Bhaktivinoda-nija Śaraṇāgati Bhaktivinoda-nija Śaraṇāgati Tomara charane seve Akinchana hoya Tomara charana seve Akinchana hoya Bhaktivinoda-nija Śaraṇāgati Bhaktivinoda-nija Śaraṇāgati Tomara charana seve Akinchana hoya Tomara charana seve Akinchana hoya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Oh Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Param Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai. All of our Śaraṇāgati Kirtans Ki Jai. Jai Shri Gitavali Kalyana Kalpataru Gita Mala Ki Jai. Jai Swaparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Shri Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Jai Swaparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Gana Ki Jai. Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtana Ki Jai. Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Vancha Kalpatarubhyash Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavataya Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, everybody. I think I
Hare
forgot to
Krishna.
explain. Yes, yes.
Sorry, Prabhu. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Uh, Regarding the Goptṛtve Varaṇa, and you said that is the Angi. So it's very close to Atma Nivedan, isn't it? Because today's song, as you see, is like there's Atma Samarpan in that, there is Atma Nivedan. So there's surrender. So that is like very close to how do we differentiate between the two? Why is not
Yeah.
that an Angi? Why is this an Angi?
Okay, don't actually like, this is just what comes to my mind right now, but it's like I'm not giving a very authoritative answer, but like there's probably a better answer, but what comes to my mind right now is Atma Samarpan is it's like more about yourself. I'm offering my sense of I, the sense of I and the sense of mine, that I am this person and that all these things belong to me. This body is mine. This is my family members. So yeah, all the ahankta and mamata, we're fully offering that at the Lord's lotus feet. So it's more about myself. And then Goptṛtve Varaṇam is more about the Lord. Like, okay, I've offered myself, and now Varanam, I'm choosing you. I'm not depending on anybody else, anything else. You are my everything. You are my protector, my guardian, so yeah, one's more about offering yourself, the other is about accepting the Lord. Does that answer the question?
Yes, Prabhu. But today's song there is a word, right? Atma
Oh yeah,
Samarpan or
Atma
what?
Samarpane. Yeah.
So
Well,
I was
that's
like
the
a bit
thing.
confused.
That's the thing with these songs. All the even though these songs are in the section of Atmanivedan, Goptṛtve Varaṇa, Dainya, like that, they also contain lots of elements from the other limbs of Śaraṇāgati. So so there's a lot of different things contained within the songs. There's a bit of Atmanivedan in the song. There'll be some humility in the song. There'll be some, but I guess, yeah.
Okay,
The
being
one
the Anki, maybe it needs to include everything.
the thing I get confused with is the difference between Goptṛtve Varaṇa and Avashya Rakshibe Krishna Vishvasa Pālane. That one I don't understand what the difference is, because Goptṛtva means the Lord's guardianship, the Lord accepting the Lord as one's protector. But then Avashya Rakshibe Krishna Vishvasa Pālane, Vishvasa Pālane, having firm belief that Krishna will protect me. That kind of means the same thing, doesn't it? Goptṛtva
Yeah.
means protecting, and
Here
Krishna will certainly
he is
protect
taking
me.
the shelter, and then he's asking. Then I think Vishwasa Palan is like, "I'm sure you will do it." Something like,
Yeah.
uh, Goptṛtve Varaṇa is, "Please, I offer myself to you. I think that you will protect me." And then Vishwasa Palan is, "Yes, I definitely know you
Yes.
will protect me."
Okay,
Something.
yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Versus like I'm accepting Krishna's protection, and then after it's like, okay, yeah, you got it under control. Yeah. All right. I think I didn't explain one verse though, right? Or maybe I did. I just forgot explaining it. But this one, Jiva ki korite pare. I don't think I explained the word for word for this. So, jiva, the living entity, ki korite. What can pare? Ki korite pare. What can the jiva do? Tumi na korile. Yeah, in Bengali, this korile, when you see le at the end, it could either mean it's the past tense, but also it's it mean that's not the sense here. It's also what is it called? I think it's called. I forgot what the grammatical term is, but it means if. So so if you do, either if you do or when you do, that's what this when it ends with a le, it can mean that. So jiva ki korite pare. What can the jiva do? Tumi na korile. If you don't do, tumi na korile. And so that, in other words, that means if you don't enable it. So the jiva is only able to perform any action because of Krishna. Krishna enables, makes it possible for the jiva to perform any action. So whatever we do, it is all glories go fully to Krishna. It's not actually us being the doers. Krishna is giving us an ability to do anything. There's that example of at the end when Krishna disappeared from this world, and Arjuna wasn't even able to protect Krishna's queens from even though Arjuna, the most valiant, powerful warrior, that exists, he wasn't able to protect the queens from some thugs. And so then he understood, wow, this is all Krishna completely. None of the power was mine. It is all 100% Krishna. So jiva ki korite pare, tumi na korile. Asha matra, only hopes jiva kore. So the jiva only hopes. Asha matra, only hopes. Tava icha fale, but it is your desire, tava icha, your desire, fale, that produces fruits, that comes to pass. So what ability does the jiva have to act unless you do, unless you enable it? The jiva simply hopes. Asha matra jiva kore. Tava icha fale. It is your desire, fale, that comes to pass. Right, so yeah, I forgot to explain that verse. Yeah, all right, now it's complete. All right, so does anybody have any other questions or comments before we end our session today? All right, so I look forward to seeing you. Oh, one thing, I just want to give you some little news of what's going on in my life here. Today is a very exciting day for us here in Sri Sajjan Sevak Gaudiya Math, because we are going to welcome a new member into the family, our family here. We're going to Gopinath Gaudiya Math right now. Like I'm going to take Prasad, and then Suwala and I were going to go in a big vehicle to bring a cow. Gopinath Gaudiya Math, they're donating a cow to us, and we built a very beautiful goshala, and yeah, we'll be welcoming a cow into our home here. And so I might go live just to, because so many devotees donated for us to build this goshala and then to get this cow. They're actually donating it to us, so I didn't have to purchase a cow. So now I have a lot of money to nicely feed the cow throughout the many months that we'll be serving her. So I'm going to use all the donations for that. We used half of the donations for building the goshala, and then the half that's left over we'll use for serving the cow. But I'm going to show you really quick our setup. Here, I'll show you where the goshala, it's connected to our place here. It's this. So just so you can get an idea of how our place is, that's our front door. That's the temple right there. Suwal Saka is making an offering right now. And then this is our kitchen. See, that's our kitchen there. And then right next to the kitchen is the goshala right here. See, that's, so the cow is like, it's like an extension of the house. So we'll be cooking right here, and meanwhile, right next to the cow. Oh, there's a lock on the door right now, but yeah, see, this is it. And then we have a pump out there, and yeah.
The cow will be in prime position to get all the cow snacks.
Yes.
Straight from the kitchen.
Yes. My God, he's gonna be smelling everything Subal cooks. Yeah, it's funny. Huh? And this is where we wash our hands. So the cow is going to be getting a lot of attention, right next to the house, and it's like very visible. Everybody, like every evening we do a program here. All the devotees will be seeing the cow during kirtan time. Like they all sit right there, and the cow will just be right here. So yeah, it's a really nice setup. Oh, and Sarveshwari Mataji is asking, what is the name of this little Gaudiya Math? It is called Sajan Sevak Gaudiya Math. It's just me and Subal Saka, just us two here. And there's one older Mataji who's also staying here. Yeah, so we have us. But we have people, like guests coming here.
Have you thought of a name for the cow? Yeah.
They gave the name to the cow that
thought of a name for the cow?
Yeah, the cow that they're giving us, they gave the name Kalia, but that's a male name. And so it's a black cow. But Kalia is a male name. So I really like the name Shamali. I'm wondering if we can change the name. Because Shamali is a name of one of Krishna's cows, and Shamali also means dark, right? Dark complexion. So I think that would be the perfect name. Shamali. What is it? Krishna's like most prominent cows. One is Shamali, Davali. Yeah, anyways, but Shamali. Yeah.
We had a Shamali at Parvati Maharaj's place where we lived with him for a year. Beautiful cow called Shamali. It's a nice name.
Really? Cool. Yeah.
So where's your Gaudiya Math exactly?
It is. It is in Navadvip. Do you know where you know the bridge Gauranga Setu? Like when you're going to Godrum or Surupganj, you know, you go across this and then you're like going into Navadvip. There's that big bridge. It has Jagai and Madai, big statues of Jagai and Madai. So
yes.
So if you just go under that bridge and you just go straight for quite a distance, yeah, like for quite a distance, it means like 1.5 kilometers. Or do you know Jala Mandir? That's Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. If you just go straight from that mat, you know, past that bridge, and for 1.5 kilometers, then you turn right, and we're right next to the Ganga. You can actually see the Ganga from our place. It takes 2 minutes to walk to the Ganga from our place, or 3 minutes to walk to the Ganga.
Isn't it dangerous, like when she floods?
We're a little bit higher, but yeah, it is dangerous. But we're a tiny bit higher than the rest of the people. So if it does flood, then we're going to have the whole village coming into our place here. Last year, we thought that might happen because it was raining very intensely. And so we're like, oh my God, we're going to have to house the whole village here. But luckily, it didn't end up right at that time. But yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, every morning I go, I try to go every morning. I go and bathe in the Ganga before Mangalarti, like at 4 or something. I just get on my bicycle and it takes me like a minute to get to the Ganga. And then I go bathe there and then come back. It's like a really wonderful. If anybody is here, ever comes to Navadvip, you have to come visit our place and take bath in the Ganga here. And there's very nice private places to take bath also. Like, yeah. All right. Dandavad pranams, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. And what's happening tomorrow? I have to wait. What is? Oh, tomorrow is the Dahi Chira festival. Dahi Chira Mahotsav, are also known as Danda Mahotsav, the punishment festival of Raghunath Das Goswami. So I think tomorrow we will not have our Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā program, but we can read from Chaitanya Charitamrita and explanations of our acharyas of this at that festival, and then we'll continue on the day after tomorrow. All right. Hare Krishna, everybody. Dandavad pranams. Let's see all who's there. Dandavad pranams. Kana Haladar, Archana Didi, Nuri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Ashray Prabhu, Sarveshwari Mataji, Manjulali Didi, Champak Mataji, Anari Krishna Prabhu, Sri Devi Didi, Madhavendra Puri Prabhu, and where's YouTube and Facebook, Shubhananda Prabhu, Vidyalala Sadidi, Narahari, another Narahari Prabhu, Kishore Prabhu, and a few other devotees. Dandavad pranams, and also pranams to everybody watching in the future. See you all tomorrow to celebrate the Danda Mahotsav. Hari Bol. Oh, there's comments here.
Okay. All right. Hare Krishna.